Hello, Janice. How are you today? Are you good?
Yep.
Yeah?
I'm good today. You?
I'm good. So we're back to Two Targets. No silence, no shame. And this is episode 4. And we've named this the Bully Slayer. We have an amazing, very special, our first guest on the show. And she is badass. She's a bully slayer. And that is why we're doing this show. It's about recovery, finding your purpose, and just getting your groove on. Back to you, Janice.
Listen, so excited to have Deb with us. She is definitely one of our favorite targets. Of course, you all are, but one of the top ones for sure. So let me introduce Deb Falzoi. Listen, I have to start with all the things that she's involved with. Are you ready, Robin? Because the list is extensive.
Let's go.
She is the founder of Dignity Together, the creator of the Dignity Together peer support groups. She's a host of a podcast called Screw the Hierarchy. She's a board member at the National Workplace Bullying Coalition. She's like a main top leader in the movement to pass legislation, the Dignity at Work Act. She offers online classes, which I took, by the way. It's an excellent class. She is a workplace bullying consultant, and she's a co-founder of the Redefine retreats and summits, if that's not enough.
And she is a Target survivor. Deb, are you still with us after that long list of your accomplishments?
Hello, guys. Yeah, I am.
Here's Deb.
Thanks.
Say hello, Deb.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Thanks for having me, guys.
We're good. We're really grateful to have you on the show. I'm going to ask you just a couple questions.
Okay.
So where did you get your strength? Where was your power, your strength? Where did it come from for you to start on this? How did you find this? This is your purpose. So where did all this come from?
I mean, part of it was the abuse experience I had like 12 years ago, and seeing a whole bunch of people get abused, and it just being so like clear cut to me that this was wrong. I didn't know what to call it. And I think actually around the time, like I've always just had this entrepreneurial spirit and wanted to like put my time and effort behind something I cared about, but it's like finding that thing was difficult. And then, I mean, obviously the experience was awful, but I was like, well, here's this thing that I can like devote my time to and like try to move the needle. I mean, for me, so much of it was wrapped up in things that I had gotten like heated up about in the past, like just social injustice, sexism, racism. I see all these things totally intertwined with this issue. And it all got me so fired up that I was like, how can we not fight this? Like,
right.
Janice, let me ask you the same question though, because you two, I know you say I'm owning my power, Miss Janice. I'm owning my power.
Thank you, honey. Dr. Sophie Henshaw, you here? I'm passing along that message. We are all owning our own power instead of passing it off. No, it's hard.
I'm the newbie, and when I came to you ladies, I was just born, and I want to hear from you. How did you become this? I mean, this amazing empowered employee with your blog and always helping people, and you and Janice putting together the retreat. I mean, you and Deb, you and Janice would be the same person. So tell us, please.
Myself and I think a lot of what Deb was saying too, though, really, like, it was such a shocking experience for me, that it was legal. So I knew right away I have to try to get involved with making this illegal, because I could not believe that they were able to do what they were able to do to me. So I knew I wanted to help with legislation. And then the other piece of it was really a sense of social responsibility, that I have got to let other people know that this happens and what it feels like and what their resources are, right? So I didn't have any idea what was happening to me at the time. So what can I give people that will empower them to have every single resource that they need if they start feeling something at work? If they've now if it's already over, but they need to recover, like what helped me? Like, I just felt like I had to spread the message and help other people. And it was very healing, right? The other piece of it is when we, for whatever, and Deb, I actually want to talk to you about this again too, and Robin, what you think as well. Like, what is it about becoming involved in helping other people that empowers us again or helps us heal? There's definitely something to it. What is it? Have you guys read or discovered, or do you know what it is?
It's purpose. I haven't talked to any target that has said, every single target I've talked to, their main objective is, I don't want this to happen to another person. It's so painful. So
Deb, you're like an expert on how people can help out. And we all know that depending on where you're at, which is something that I love about you too, because when I first met you, I was in the midst of major, major pain. So the amount that I could help out was very little, right? And you were just so good at guiding that. Can you tell the audience, based on maybe they do want to start helping a little bit, like what can people do to start helping? And then like kind of what's the bigger things if people are ready for something more? Do you have any advice on that? Like, what's your advice on how to get started, or when to get started, or if ever to get started? Because that's okay too, right? Not to, right? Just to heal yourself too is okay.
Yeah, I mean, whatever people decide for themselves, I feel like putting yourself first is the major step in healing. But it kind of helps to, I guess, accelerate it by giving back, and like it essentially puts you in a position to like take back your power. Like, you robbed me of my power.
Yes.
I'm gonna like for my personal experience, I was like, I know how toxic this work culture is. I'm wasting my time fighting them, but I can fight it through, the law, which is its own battle, but at least it's not a battle that's like re-harming me. So, I feel like, getting involved in some capacity helps with the healing. It's just really like where people are. I mean, at first there's a whole bunch of like things that can factor into that. Like, what skills do people bring to the table? Do they pay for something just kind of like tedious?
Yeah.
Really getting involved with strategy. How much time do you have? And these are all like, no judgment questions. It's all like, how much are people still like devoted? And we, self-care is important for all of us, but like when you're really either in the thick of it or just out of it, like that piece of it is crucial. Like, we don't want to minimize that because we want help with the movement, so
it's a sense of community too, and we're so isolated. It's so nice to talk to people that it's happened to us, and you find this camaraderie and this sense of community just by being a part of it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's like, for me, one of the major pieces is like discovering the term workplace bullying or workplace abuse and realizing, okay, this isn't, the abuser wants me to like internalize this and think this is me, but this isn't me. This is like an epidemic here. And there's like textbook Janice has always said, like, it seems like there's this playbook because there's so much like textbook behavior. So I think once people get to that, that's like a healing piece of it. And then in terms of like actually helping, I mean, the biggest thing for the legislation is we get bill numbers in every state. So we need like a bill director in every state. And then, from there, it's pretty much getting as many people as we can to call their state legislators to say, like, we want this to happen, and to just badger them, and like to create a noise, to create this like groundswell that says, like, we're not putting up with this anymore. And, just create this tipping point of, we're not taking no for an answer anymore because this is what we deserve.
Well, so that leads me to this question. What does a superhero bully slayer do for fun? What do you do for fun?
Yeah, you have got to answer this for us.
Oh gosh. What do I do for fun? I've been like, I guess for like self-care, this isn't really fun, I guess, but hiking lately.
Hiking is so fun.
It's like soothing, I guess, but fun. I don't know. I've been playing a lot of like games on Zoom, like the You Don't Know Jack stuff, and like getting really hilarious people in the room and just being ridiculous. Escape rooms before this whole like pandemic thing. What else? I'm a big like Survivor junkie, like obsessed with it.
And you are a survivor too, aren't you?
That's true. Nothing else.
Deb, will you tell us about your, we asked today, because Janice and I like to do this, to put your favorite superhero or superhero theme. Could you tell us who's behind you?
Oh yeah, this is Mr. T. I don't know.
Oh my God, I love that so much.
He just immediately came to mind when I was trying to find a background image.
Love it.
I love it. And Janice, you have, I love your work.
mean, I just went, right. Like Deb does all of these things, right? I see her just like clocking people. I mean, not of course actual people, but clocking these issues, right? Like taking care of these issues on all these different fronts. Yeah.
Yeah.
It made me think of.
And of course, I have Wakanda, a tribute to my African Americans, my father's side family. Wakanda forever. So, right? Janice, anything else you'd like to say today?
No, so we normally ask the audience a question and we look for them to answer, but I think today we're just going to give Deb's information.
Yeah. So dignitytogether.org, info@dignitytogether.org. You can find me, like, just search those on Facebook, Twitter, you'll find me. Yeah. Actually, I have a question for people though.
Yes.
What is it? Good. Okay.
I think one of like my bigger like concrete revelations in the past 6 months or a year, even though I kind of suspected this, but it's like we know that this issue is laced with so much like sexism, racism, ageism, ableism, that like it'd be interesting to find out how many people suspect that there's some kind of discrimination behind what they experienced, even if they can't prove it.
Yeah, great. We've talked about that a little too. So there is a little bit for me. It was a little bit for me, I believe.
Yeah.
So we appreciate you, what you do. Do you have a cape on today?
I don't know.
Okay, it must be in the dry cleaners. Janice, why don't you want to exit us out?
Yeah, so, the whole point of this show, we believe that in no silence and no shame, in our discussions in workplace abuse, we want to talk about it so that we can get it out in the open. We believe that it leads to recovery, healing, and of course, empowerment. So thank you for being here again this week. And Deb, thank you. Thanks for being a part of the show.
Thank you guys.
Thank you, Deb. You're awesome.
You too.
You're awesome.
Have a
You're
good week,
badass.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye.